The Steelers are setting up something huge as they look for a new quarterback in the 2025 NFL Draft. My name is Peyton Kleppe, and on today's episode of Steelers Digest, we'll be diving into the latest Pittsburgh Steelers analysis, rumors, and news. A new name has been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers as they look for their next guy to come in and play quarterback. Before we get into the latest news, just click that subscribe button down below if you guys have not already. Only 9% of our current viewers are already currently subscribed. So if you click that subscribe button, we're to get you guys the latest Pittsburgh Steelers analysis, trade rumors, free agent signings, draft news, anything regarding our Pittsburgh Steelers. We will make a video about it daily. Let's get right into the news. This is some big news that us Steelers fans are definitely going to be excited about. So Shedeur Sanders has been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have brought him in on a visit. On their pre-30 draft visits this week, the Pittsburgh Steelers hosted, Shedeur Sanders. They hold the 21st pick in the draft. And as Shedeur has participated in his pro day, his stock has kind of gone down. Although he is rumored to go in the top 3, he's still, who knows, quarterbacks are very strange in the draft as they could drop if teams just get worried and they feel like, hey, we can go in a different position at this pick. And, there's been instances like with Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson where quarterbacks have dropped to late in the first round, and they still look incredible once they get into the league. Lamar Jackson, in I believe 2017, he dropped to the 30th overall pick, 29-30 overall pick, and the Baltimore Ravens traded up and got him. And obviously, he's been pretty great for them. And, Aaron Rodgers back in the day, he had a draft slide, and he got picked late in the first round to the Green Bay Packers. But, he really wanted to go to his hometown team, the 49ers. So, Shedeur Sanders could look to drop, and the Pittsburgh Steelers did bring him in on a visit. And, if we look at his stats from the past couple years, he really played pretty well at college. It is a combination of Jackson State and Colorado. Obviously him and his dad, Dion, switched off from those two schools. But, in 2021, this guy has 65.9% completion rating, threw for over 3,000 yards, had 30 touchdowns and only 8 picks. He only got better in his sophomore season. He threw for 3,732 yards, 40 touchdowns, 6 picks. Only got better in his junior year. He kind of regressed a little bit, but obviously that was his first year at Colorado. But obviously you're jumping pretty far from moving from Jackson State to Colorado. It's a big difference in your talent you're playing. So obviously he had only 27 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and his senior season was probably his best. He had 37 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions. But Shedeur Sanders is still looking like a project quarterback. He obviously has had a ton of winning around him. His dad is a former All-Pro legendary cornerback, so he's been learning from the best. But, he's still a project quarterback. Even though his stats do look like he could be a potential starter in this league, he definitely has some character issues and some concerns around that. Obviously, his dad's been an All-Pro, so this guy was put in the best football league since he's probably started the sport. He's played for the best coaches, had the best talent around him, and he was always told pretty much yes. And, this is not so great in the NFL because say he does go to a franchise that needs him to step up and be the leader, and he's always been pampered his whole life. What is he going to do? And especially if he comes into Pittsburgh, we're not going to give him that comfortability he's had his whole career. We're not giving him anything because he's Deion Sanders' son. Hell, we might give him more BS because he's Deion's son. Obviously, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cowboys do have a deep rivalry. So, this guy is a potential pick that the Pittsburgh Steelers could look to get at 21, but he still might be a project if we do pick him up. And it really looks like Aaron Rodgers also might sign with us. So this guy might not even start if the Pittsburgh Steelers do decide to pick him up. Obviously, Omar and Mike Tomlin have really, they really have not told anybody what their draft plans are. They really have not given away anything. They've just met with a lot of different guys in the draft, including Quentin Ewers, Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart a few days ago. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders these past couple days. Will Howard out of Ohio State. They met with a lot of different quarterbacks. Xiao out of Louisville. They met with all these different guys. They met with Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, we met with a ton of free agent quarterbacks this offseason with Russell Wilson, Justin Fields earlier on. But, Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin have left the door open for a ton of different options. They have not committed to one single thing. And it's really great to hear that from these guys. And they aren't letting anything get past them. And this is very exciting as we go into the draft because it leaves open so many different doors and so many different options that the Steelers could go in. They could look to sign a guy like Aaron Rodgers if he decides that he wants to come play in Pittsburgh and he makes up his mind and does not want to go to Minnesota. But they could also still look to go into the draft and get Shedeur Sanders. This guy, his draft stock has been falling due to some character issues and some concerns that he maybe isn't all that talent that his dad is advertising him to be. Maybe he's not as good as what all these critics are saying he is. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers could make a crazy draft trade or something. They've really never counted that out. They've just counted out that they really have counted out nothing. They've left all options on the table, and it's very exciting because if the Pittsburgh Steelers want to do something crazy on draft day, they can, and they've done it in the past. They did it for Devin Bush out of all people a few years ago. Obviously, he sucks and he's gone now. He's rotting away in Cleveland with Kenny Pickett. But it shows that the Pittsburgh Steelers are willing and capable to make draft day trades. And if they see that they really like Shedeur Sanders, if they met with him the past couple of days and say, hey, this is our guy, this is who we want, the Pittsburgh Steelers could look to trade up and try to get one of those top picks to get Shedeur Sanders. It's very possible that this guy decides to, just be humble. He's meeting with the Pittsburgh Steelers, so obviously he definitely has seen the concerns and felt the concerns of his draft stock because this whole offseason he was seen as a top 3 overall pick guaranteed, and these past couple weeks it's not been as so. He's met with a lot of other different NFL franchises, and he even posted on social media today, reposting a story of him visiting with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He posted a caption, legendary. So obviously he knows what's going on in Pittsburgh. He knows how we do it. He knows how head coach Mike Tomlin likes to run it in Pittsburgh and get his guys going. So, all options are on the table, and Omar Khan, the con artist, really, he's going to make some crazy moves, and I think that these next couple weeks, it's been kind of stagnant ever since the first couple of days of free agency. Obviously, that big DK Metcalf trade, but I really believe that Omar Khan has something up his sleeves, and I believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers will get their quarterback of the future in the next coming weeks, whether that will be Aaron Rodgers, whether that will be Jalen Milroe, whether that will be Quinn Ewers, whether that will be Jackson Dart, or will that be Shedeur Sanders? Who knows? I don't know. That is all I have for you guys tonight on Steelers Digest. If you guys have not subscribed already, click that subscribe button down below. Thank you so much. Here we go, Steelers. Peace out.